Sorry. Fuck the sound up. Hello, everybody. It's me again. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. So Molly just went live. Hate her luck. She's supposed to be over here. How about that? So, um, I read your lips on that. Oh my god. So listen, we're talking. Oh, Molly's coming. Oh, good. Okay, great. So, this Kylie thing, there was supposed to be this press conference. A lot of people thought that something is going on, and there really could be something going on. We are going to start at the basics, and then we're going to work our way up till today. Um, I know a lot of people are very confused about this case, about the timeline, about the time frame. I am going to start at hour number 1. And we are going to play that presser first. And then we're going to go back to hour number 1. Hey, Selena, good to see you, hun. And we're going to start there. So let's start with the presser. Let me find it. Here we go.
Good afternoon. I'm Angela Musalam, Public Information Officer with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. I'm joined by our local, state, and federal agencies today as we continue Search Day 7 for Kylie Rodney. To date, we've dedicated over 9,000 man-hours for the search for Kylie. We've ramped up our search for the weekend. Today, we have over 200 search and rescuers, including searchers by air and searchers in the water. Our detectives and FBI agents continue to sort through and comb through over 1,000 leads that we've received up until today from the beginning of this search. Yesterday, there was a potential burial site that was located near the campground. It was located by a search and rescue ground team. Kylie's family was notified of the potential development. The FBI responded to secure the scene yesterday and was accompanied by the Placer and Nevada County Sheriff's Offices. FBI agents investigated the site through early this morning and recovered the remains of a dog. Let me be clear. We have one team, one mission, and one goal, and that is to find 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. We will not be holding a community meeting tonight. There's a concert, we understand, to support Kylie's family happening at the Truckee Regional Park from 1 to 4 p.m. We'd like to remind everybody we have set up multiple ways for people to anonymously contact the Sheriff's Office regarding tips. Some of those options are available here to my left. We have an online portal. We also have a tip line that you can call by phone. We also have a link tree that we set up for people who would like to submit any photos and any videos from that evening of the party. You will be able to submit them anonymously without using your name, number, or email address. So again, we still are urging people in the community who may still be hesitant. You're not going to get in trouble. All we want to know is, where is Kylie? Where is her vehicle? We just want to find Kylie. Thank you. Angela, did you confirm that?
Their
Yeah,
press
looking
conferences, the
for
volume is
the
always
data
crappy.
points and everything were near the water. It's hard to tell an exact pinpoint or anything like that, but just as much on land as it was.
That's what I was told, is that it's near the water and searches took place near that facility. Are those going to continue?
Yeah, today we have 226 searchers, pretty astronomical number. I think the overhead team at the search and rescue they deployed out all 226 members within about an hour, and so that's a pretty big feat on its own. They've extensively been planning and prepping overnight so that when they were ready to roll, the area has been walked, driven, flown, grid searched. They're getting into tighter grid searching to, at this point, we're looking for small and anything evidence wise, as opposed to cars, people, things of that nature, even phones. We're trying to make it even tighter. Uh, we had swimmers we announced the other day that actually did surface swimming, so we don't want to disturb the water even underneath because that can cause its own problems. And divers have been deployed at this point as well to assist in the search, and it's been pretty thorough overall. But yeah, we continue to look for that item as well. Just because it was last pinged there, that doesn't mean that that's when the phone stops being. There's lots of reasons of why those notifications or data points could be lost.
Could you tell us what body of water and what time that last ping was?
The Prosser Lake is where we're focused on right now. Um, but again, that doesn't mean that that's the last location. So
When was the ping that you had?
I think the last location known that we've put out, from I think day one is around 12:30 in the morning.
There was this morning, I was out by Prosser and there was a dive team from Alameda. But just a few feet to the side, there were people recreating and going by in a canoe. Are you not afraid about them disturbing any possible evidence that could be there?
Yeah, you balance this, shut everybody out, and we don't have evidence to say that there's something that we're going to locate. Are you better off having more eyes in the area or not? There's times where we have shut down areas. We closed off the boat ramp at one point in time to cover like certain area and ground and things like that. So there's always a concern, but we also don't have like a, hey, this is the area. And so at what point do you cut off the entire forest service and things of that nature? So I think we've been reasonable with the areas and times we've had to put in stop gaps to prevent people from moving around, but we do that based off of information. More people around gives us information, but they've been recreating throughout that lake since long before, and so it is tough. A diving operation like that is really almost like you're going into the water blind, and they're basically searching with hands because once you start maneuvering the ground, it's like going through mud. So these are tough operations, and there is no right answer for everything, but that's always a concern. Everything is.
Do you know about how deep it is right now? Because the water level's so low, below the natural level.
The deepest point for Prosser that I was told was 57 feet.
Do you have divers out there today and swimmers today?
Divers, yes, today. I don't know if they have swimmers out today. Swimmers was a precaution so that we could ensure, to clarify, because there's so many levels to this. We had boats, we had side sonars, which allow you to see things, certain types of fish finders, which can go lower down into the water. But at that point, we still hadn't touched the ground or anything like that. So swimmers on the surface allowed to use masks and see things without murking up the water, just to cover if there's something you could see. Because once you touch the ground, you could potentially have all that earth come back up over any kind of evidentiary item. So divers were the last case scenario in the attempt because for the most part, you could go in over and over and over again, but potentially you get one shot at it. So trying to use a phased approach that makes the most sense and gets us to where we want to be.
And my apologies, I'm new to the area. How large is that lake?
I don't know. It's not a very big lake overall. It's a man-made reservoir, and I believe as large as it is, I believe we have extremely good coverage on that lake as well.
And what's the name of the dive team?
There's a lot of teams out there, so I don't know specifically. I know Alameda was mentioned. I don't know which all teams were brought in, simply because they all showing up today, and then some have been added. But I can tell you that numerous agencies from all over California are coming up to assist. 226 searchers is a pretty large number. We're expecting the same tomorrow.
Do you expect to go back in the water tomorrow?
Depending, it all depends on coverage, right? We want to use our resources for the best purposes. There's bodies of water that we're also interested in. We've been checking, but we have to have purpose and reason for what we're using our searchers for.
Are you also calling on the public to help in these like land searches, maybe terrain searches, or is it just law enforcement right now?
Our searchers are volunteers, the majority of them, but they also go through a training. So Cal OS has a typing system. So when the sheriff's office is going to utilize searchers for a specific purpose, they have to be trained up. They have to have all these things, and they're covered under what's called a disaster service worker. So workers' comp like is picked up by the state in case of things that could go wrong or injuries and whatnot, where we wouldn't be able to supply that for people in the public. And so we don't give direction, but we also provided a mapping system, CalTopo, which is a free app that anybody can download, but we've also included a map that is here locally at the family's trailer here in the rec yard or the rec center parking lot. It has a, excuse me, map, QR code, and then people can see where other people have searched and also contribute to the tracks.
We're going to take 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap up the press conference.
How long do you guys see yourselves, the level of hours that are being put into this and the amount of people that are searching? It's a 1 week now today, so how much longer can we expect this? It's been very encouraging, but at some point, is there going to be a drop?
At least I'll speak to the investigation side, and that is that as long as tips are coming in, we're going to continue that effort. And we'll continue that effort as long as we can. And obviously, if a tip pans out and leads us in a direction, we're going to devote resources to that. So, you know, I'm just speaking to the investigation side of the house. This will continue if it's unsolved.
My dear.
Yeah.
Hey,
continue
you
to
asked
dedicate
your
resources.
progress.
Oh, good.
It's been a week, and we know there's a lot of people out there, and you know, you're saying, you know, you won't get in trouble if you come forward, but what can you say to somebody who might know something or has seen something after a week and they haven't come forward yet? There's a huge reward. So what is it that we can say to get someone to come forward who might have that important information?
I would just encourage them to do so and do the right thing. You know, we've received over 700 tips.
Over
we have
1,000.
Well, over 1,000 tips, but 700 and I believe 20 that have been entered and received, and we are following up on leads. And so that obviously takes resources to do. But if we have that one,
He's handsome.
in the right direction, that could change everything. Yes.
Thank you. This wraps up the press conference. Oh, we'll take 1 more question.
They did not kill her dog. They did not kill her dog. It was not her dog.
You mentioned that you were trying to also put into place a way for people to upload like GPS coordinates of where they've been and that kind of thing. Is that in place yet?
I believe that is in place, and I want to say that there was a mechanism designed and should be, I can follow up with it too and get back with you, but at the trailer, I believe we had members out there to give people some instruction. There was also a system set up so that we could take the tracks, download them. Marin County was helping us to process those and get them entered. So I believe that's happened. It's through the same app. Yeah. So ultimately, somebody who used a GPS unit can save those tracks, and then those can be uploaded at a later time. It doesn't have to be done through like the live tracking that's being utilized. But I've looked at the map. There are people going out. They are using it, and I think that it's helpful in a big way.
Okay. So there we have it. So I want to make a clarification. They did find a grave yesterday, and it was a dog's grave. It had nothing to do with Kylie whatsoever. Nothing to do with her. It was not Kylie's dog. It had nothing to do with Kylie. This was just a dog's grave that someone buried their dog. Nothing related to her. However, Tom is judging us. You're funny. So we're going to start at the basics, because I know a lot of you, I've gotten so many emails saying, I don't understand this. I don't know what the timeline is. I don't know where. just lost. And there's a lot to unpack, there's a lot to uncover. And we are going to do that together. And then we're going to talk about possible theories, possible even motives, that kind of thing. So I'm going to pull up a little slideshow. You guys know how I am with my slideshows, because I can say it, but also if we you visualize it, you can kind of get it a little bit more. So let me pull that up. All right, here we go. Maybe. All right, let me just re-download it because this thing's not wanting to work very well in my favor right now. Okay. Perfect. Share, download, download. Marissa will be back in just a moment. Tom Cruise is joining us at the Go Lightly house right now. Yes, Laura Dawn, 200 people there and no one saw a thing. I call complete bull hockey on that, if you ask me. I think, in my opinion, someone very, very close knows what happened, and we will go into that after we just go through a little bit of the timeline and start from hour one. Why is my computer why is it doing this, dude? Hold on. I don't know why it's like I literally have a whole slide here and it's not pulling up. Perfect. Just give me a couple seconds, guys. I apologize. Hello, Marissa.
Hi everyone. So just for the sake of me jumping in while you need to,
Please jump.
yeah, since you need it,
Thank you.
it's in the weeds and you need to look for something. I personally have heard of this story, little bits and pieces. I didn't feel too invested in it because there are other people that are talking about it. But I love that Justin is still moving forward with cases that honestly, this case is very concerning. I thought that she was out partying. I thought that she probably met a cute guy because that's at her age, that's what I would have done. She's
Right.
beautiful, but it's been a while. It's been how many days? What, 10 days now?
You know something, what I think is going on? I think she was almost led to go to that party because she originally wasn't going to go to that party.
Set up.
I think she was set up by someone, or at least she was set up to stay longer than she originally had planned.
Wow.
In my opinion.
Yeah, a week is a long time, but it does look like the police are on it. And did we get to hear from her parents? Or
Oh
just
yeah.
her shady friends?
All the above. In fact, we have. I can tell you privately whose phone number or who we are talking to in this. God damn it! What's going on? Projects. Let me go to this. My presentation is not working.
For real?
And I worked like freaking hour on that or more. Let's try this. Please, Lord, work. Maybe this will work this time. It's almost done. But so she calls or she texts her mother at 11:30 p.m. and she asked her mom if she could stay till her curfew could last till 12:30. And her mom says, "Yeah, sure." I think sometime around that 11:30 mark, uh, she was um, more set up at that point. Like, okay, let's do something now. I swear to God, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna cry. Can you still hear me, Marissa? Can anyone hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. So I'm just gonna have to do it kind of like. So something happened when I was doing it earlier, but we'll just do it this way. I'll just have to do it this way through the old Canva app. It's not as pretty and it's not as neat, but we're just going to go through it this way. So this is the Kylie Rodney. Can I slow chat? Absolutely, I certainly can. Give me 2 seconds. And then we'll get started. Studio. Content. Live. There we go. Customization. Subscribers. Chat replay. 10 minutes, 60 seconds. Okay, there we go. That should take care of it in slow mode. So we're going to start completely from the beginning of where and how this took place from the timeline. The Kylie Rodney timeline, background, and info. So Kylie Rodney is 16 years old. She was last seen in Truckee Campground in California, August 6th at 12:31 a.m. is the very last time Kylie was heard of. Yes, Jagger is the ex-girlfriend. So, here we go. So, which I completely spelled Kylie wrong there. Kylie has several piercings and a single tattoo with the number 17 on her rib cage. She's 118 pounds, blonde hair, and hazel eyes. October 5th at 6:08 p.m., Kylie Rodney was spotted on CCTV at a
Amen.
local business. I'm going to mute you, Marissa. Um, that was the last CCTV that she was spotted, and I think she was maybe getting something for her party. August 5th at 11:30 p.m., Kylie's mother receives a text message from Kylie to see if her curfew could be extended. So at 11:30 on August 5th, Kylie, she texts her mom and she says, "Hey mom, can I have like another hour?" Very typical what kids do when you're a teenager, or any kid, "Can I have one more hour?" And so so Kylie's mom agrees to the curfew. Her mother stated, "Wake me up when you get home." Uh, and that's just a general courtesy, as so your mom just knows that you're home, your parents know that you're home. Wake me up when you get here so I know you're okay. But of course, unfortunately, Kylie's mother never gets that. I wonder if I can do it like this. Is that better? It's a little better. Okay. Kylie told her mother, "Okay, mom, thanks, love you." That would be the last communication from Kylie and her mom. Midnight, August 6th, Elsa, uh, Elsa sees, I forget how you pronounce her last name, Peekrick or something like that, who was at the party, sees Kylie at 12 a.m. Elsa is the only one that says she, sees Kylie other than obviously like her friends and stuff, other than Sammy, right? Could Kylie have been too drunk to drive but did it anyway and an accident happened? That is possible. I don't think it's probable though, just in this case. But stranger things have happened. Um, you know, so but she was the first one, other than obviously Sammy, uh to to say that was kind of like the last person who sees Kylie. August 6th, 8 a.m., Kylie's mother wakes up. Kylie is not home. Now, can you guys just imagine waking up? Your daughter's supposed to wake you up, you know, a little after, 1 a.m. and say, "Hey, I'm home," and you sleep through all of that and you wake up, it's 8 a.m. and you have no freaking clue where your daughter is. It's unimaginable. Kylie's mom checks Kylie's location on her phone, and it says her last known location was at the Prosser campground. So, a lot of people keep track of where their kid's location is. I think that's a very, very good idea. And this was the last known location that it was. But the phone had either been turned off or is no longer working. And that was the last location that it had pinged. Kylie's mother calls Kylie's best friend, The friend states she left the party early. She states she was supposed to meet Kylie at the Starbucks at 9 a.m. to go on a camping trip the next day.
Does mom know about the camping trip?
I don't know. That's
Well, that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
question. So if she's
Well,
got big plans, which a camping trip to me is an enormous plan, well then
mhm,
she didn't just run away. You can run away out. Okay. So what is whatever.
mhm.
So what's going on with this best friend
Um,
that everybody thinks she knows something?
she's a little sus, and I'm gonna
All right, we'll get to that. All right.
we'll get to that.
And then I'll go on
Kylie's
the track.
friend goes to the campground. Her friends go to the campground and search for Kylie with no luck or answers. Meanwhile, Kylie's mom was waiting at the Starbucks to see if Kylie would show up, which Kylie never does. Kylie's mother calls the police to file a missing persons report. August 7th, Kylie's family pleads on TV if anyone knows anything about where or what happened to Kylie to please come forward. August 8th, the FBI gets involved with the disappearance of Kylie Rodney. The family also does a search with community members and friends at the campground area. August 9th, 16 agencies are involved in the investigation of Kylie Rodney's disappearance. That's quite a bit, very quickly, within just a few days of her disappearing. August 10th at 2 p.m., California Highway Patrol will has held a press conference with updated information on the investigation, including the following: a new item of clothing, a hoodie she could be wearing the night she disappeared. Police have no leads. One out of the hundreds of tips they received, none were witnessed accounts of Kylie leaving the party. Now, Marissa, are you there? Okay, she's not.
Just give me
Uh,
one second.
okay. Okay, police have no leads. Okay, and no, out of 200 people, guys, you tell me that nobody sees this sweet little 16-year-old girl leaving when Sammy, her best friend, says she went to charge her phone, with Kylie back to her car. Now, people 200 people are going to their cars. They're going to go get their weed. They're going to go get their drinks. They're going to go charge their phone. They're going to, turn the car on to get an air conditioner started at the hot. They want out of the bugs. They want to talk. They want to do whatever. You want nobody out of 400 eyeballs, at least 400 eyeballs there, wants to tell us that we believe that? Not a chance.
Back. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's all right.
So, out of hundreds of tips they received, none were witnesses, according to Kylie's leaving the party. What is that?
My husband sneezing.
He sounds like a goat in heat.
Oh, you didn't hear the other 6 ones. That's why I muted.
So, Marissa, there's at least 200 kids at this party.
Right.
Now, Kylie and her quote best friend,
Hmm?
according is named Sammy, at least according to Sammy.
Yep.
They went to go charge their phone and everything, and you're telling me that out of 200 people, nobody saw that girl leave? 200 people didn't see one car leave in this small space.
It's possible. It's not impossible.
Um,
What if she met a guy?
yeah, but she had a car with her. She had her car with her.
So maybe she.
Thank you for becoming a member, Louisiana lady. I appreciate your membership. Thank
I
you.
don't know. How is it? Well, I'm surprised that she didn't say anything to her best friend, like, I'm leaving.
Well, we're going to get to it if that's really her best friend or not.
Oh, a lot of people are saying that. They don't even think that they're as tight as she's trying to claim.
Because I've got a little bit of information.
Okay, good.
Search teams are using water divers, dogs, aircrafts to search for Kylie. And there's still no suspect. This is the hoodie that Kylie could have been wearing. And the front of it eerily says, "You don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear."
Right.
Isn't that eerie?
Yeah, of course.
You don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear.
That's eerie.
Oh,
It's
I'm getting members. Thank you, Gator haters. Thank you, JoJo from Connecticut. Love. Thank you so much for becoming members. Appreciate your membership. That's just very eerie,
absolutely.
you know. All right. August 10th, 5:30 p.m. A community meeting will be held at the Truckee Donner Recreation and Park District. August 11th, 2 p.m., law enforcement released an updated image of Kylie along with jewelry she may have been wearing the morning she disappeared. Now, do you guys think that that this jewelry could have anything to do with this? Do you think they have a tip on the jewelry? Could where did she get that jewelry? Could it be from a boyfriend, at least one of those boyfriends that she's had in the past? Could it be from, a friend at school? Could it be from her parents? But could those, is it even possible that maybe one of those necklaces could have made someone jealous that she got that necklace from? Or could it just be just part of, saying this is something she could have on? Hey Megan, how do you know that she wasn't wearing the necklaces? The large rope necklace looks like a guy's necklace. Interesting observance. I have a terrible feeling, or is that these kids did something to her and not a predator, possibly. So
Yeah.
why has nobody saw Kylie Rodney leave the party with over 200 people at the party? Why is nobody coming forward? Now this is Sammy Smith's best. Okay, sorry. This is Sammy Smith. And Sammy Smith says that Kylie is her best friend. She says the two of them have gotten closer in the last few months. Now, we have to remember, and this is Sammy's words. They have gotten closer in the last few months. Now, we have to think about that. Um, could this be something that, this is something recently that has changed in Kylie's life, if this is true, if they have gotten close,
Hmm.
according to Sammy. So that is a change in Kylie's life if this is true. Now, Sammy is helping to coordinate to help find where Kylie could possibly be, because she is the best friend. We have to remember best friend in
Right.
quotation marks. This is a picture of Sammy. And a lot of the interviews and stuff, Sammy doesn't seem very emotional in my opinion, but everybody also deals with things differently when they are nervous, grief stricken, just don't know what to do. But in my opinion, she's just, to be as young as she is, she's just not as emotional that you would expect some young kid to be. Thank you, Louisiana lady, becoming a member. Uh, Here's an interesting fact, and I want you guys to really think about this. An interesting fact about Sammy and Kylie: they do not follow each other on social media. Kylie and Sammy do not follow each other on social media. Now, if we're best friends and we're young, and we're hanging out,
Right.
you're going to be on social media. You're going to talk 1,000 times a day through Facebook.
That
Or,
yeah. Please don't tell me that they weren't connected.
well,
Please
they
don't.
weren't connected on Face. They weren't connected through social media.
Ever?
Not
And
on
this is
social
the
media.
girl. This is the girl claiming to be her bestie.
Correct.
All right. I think it's sounding like this girl wants some sort of attention. I've seen this happen in other cases where they kind of throw themselves in to, ouch. It actually makes this girl a little bit more suspicious.
Juju, she is. Yeah.
Yes. Why would
Yeah.
she throw herself in, lie? I've seen another case like this. Have you guys ever seen it? There was a girl that was claiming, oh, we were so close. Turns out that they weren't. And she just did it, and it wasn't a crime, but she wasted police. God, what was she charged with? Well, wasting police time and stuff like that. Okay, so best friend over here is not connected to her on Facebook at all, and then goes missing.
Yes. Thank
Skylar
you, Muscles
Nee.
and Mascara. Skylar niece, her family lives very close to where I live.
Can't believe it.
Very close to where I live. I wonder if I should ask them if they'll do an interview with me sometimes. Um. So why? I mean, Sammy is 18, Kylie is 16. Yes,
Yeah.
but you're best friends. You've been hanging out the last couple months.
What does the mother have to say about that?
I mean, now it's like whenever we meet someone new, if they're a friend, if we're interested in them in any way,
Yeah.
you're going to say, "Hey, what's your name? Where are you on Facebook? Are
Follow
you
you.
on Twitter? Are you on, where you at?
Follow
And I'll
you.
look you up and I'll message you or whatever."
Yeah.
You don't even need to give phone numbers out anymore. Really, you just say, "Here's, this is where I am. Look me up, text me, message me, whatever." So, why shouldn't close friends be following one another on social media? They should definitely be following each other on social media. Now, Kylie does, however, follow her ex boyfriend. And her ex boyfriend follows Kylie back. However, Sammy also follows Kylie's ex boyfriend on social media. But why doesn't Sammy and Kylie follow one another if they are close? So Sammy is following Kylie's ex boyfriend, Marissa, right?
Yeah.
But Sammy and Kylie are not following each other if they're friends?
This is so creepy. I don't even like it at all. I don't like this story at all. This one's not for me, honey. It's not. It's just not. It's just not. This one
So
is not.
I am wondering,
The same,
is
whatever you're wondering, Justin, is what the police have already asked this chick. Right
oh,
now?
I mean, I don't know about that, Marissa, because she's out arranging uh searches and stuff right now.
Oh, is she?
Oh yes. Telling people where to go and
Oh,
everything.
really? Is she searching
Yes.
herself?
Yes, I guess so.
Oh, you guess? Oh. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrogate you because it does look like I'm interrogating
No, I
you.
mean, no, I understand what you mean. But she seems very, very suspect.
And very vested, as one should be if they're besties that don't even follow each other on social media. That's weird. I don't like this. Stinks from here to high heaven. Sorry.
Yes, it does.
This poor girl. I hope that wherever this Kiely girl is, that she's safe. I don't know why she went missing. I don't know how. Hey, remember my mother said people don't just go missing. This is not the rapture.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know where she is, but she should have been found by now. All right, what about her phone? What about her cell phone? Where's her cell phone?
So her phone was last pinged at
At the
the
party.
campground. Yeah. Now Sammy says Kylie and her went to her car
Charge it.
to charge her phone. And Sammy talks to Kylie about
Yeah, giving her a ride.
giving her a ride home. Yes. But they split up
Okay.
after that. So if I say, "Hey Marissa, you want to ride home? You've been drinking a little bit, we're best friends, right? I'm going to give you a ride home." I'm not going to say, "Hey Marissa, I'm going to give you a ride home," and not check.
My question, if I was asking her, I would be, "Hey, Sammy, how'd you get there? How'd you get there? Who brought her there?
Exactly.
Are you gonna tell me
So
somebody just chucked her phone?"
so because Kylie, they had said she drank way too, she drank too much, and she was not capable of driving her uh Honda CR something CRV, CR8, CRX. I forget what it is. It's a CR. It's a silver. I'm really bad with the models. Uh, and they're never seen, you know, they never see each other pretty much again, right? So, why? That's the question. Hold on, I've got kids coming up. 1 second.
I'm hosting 2 Indian foreign exchange students. They just flew from India and they're staying at my house until they get to the other house because it's still being painted and the furniture's not there. How? So
So,
were they both drinking?
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
they were all drunk, you know.
Oh, they were all drunk, and guess what? There was a lot of guys there.
Yes.
That's what they were there to do. They were there to party. I've never
Yeah.
been to an outdoor party in my whole life like that, ever.
Oh, really? Well, you don't live in the South, though.
And I don't go into the woods. I've seen Friday the 13th.
Oh my God. When Marissa was in Florida and she was at the Bryan Laundry, where was it? The park there,
The reserve.
the reserve. That was the funniest video I've ever seen in my life. Is Marissa in nature?
Oh, can I have a heart?
It's, oh my God! It was the funniest thing. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Look at that cute little girl.
That's her.
Come on.
She weighs like $120, $118, something like that.
Look at this poor girl.
Yes. Yes. Wouldn't hurt a fly. So, Sammy Smith, this is she's talking, and this is kind of like the transcripts of the interview. How tall is she? I don't remember how tall she is, ICU, to be honest with you. It's not much. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows.
She
Huh.
looks like every girl in America.
Yes. And I think that's why this is, kicking off so quick. It's blowing up very, very quickly. This story, very quickly. So, Sammy Smith was interviewed and said about the missing 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. Kylie is one of my close friends. We met through mutual friends, and we became closer in the past year to coming months recently, which is an interesting wording. She is just a light in a lot of people's lives. She's caring, smiling all the time, beautiful. There for anybody or anyone who needs her. And this is literally Sammy, the transcripts of basically what Sammy is saying. She's very outdoorsy, loves the water, loves to sing. Her voice is just amazing. Beautiful girl. And then Sammy says, I was the last person to contact her after the party. I was with her basically throughout the entire party. I was walking around with her. Now you're walking around with her, Sammy, right? And you're with her the entire night, and she's your very close friend, Sammy. Um, And you were supposed to give her a ride, Sammy, but you don't, Sammy? Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. Now, she says, yeah, the top is exactly what I saw her in. Her black bodysuit. She peed in the woods a couple times. Pants were different. She was wearing green dicky pants, black belt. Yes, she took it off when going to the bathroom. Pop and squat.
So that's
Now,
fine. That's fine. That
right.
is fine.
But
No judgment.
it's just very important that we realize what Sammy is saying. Does she know that she was the last one to contact her? That's a very good point, Sammy. Who? How does she know she was the last one to contact her? That is insane. She can't say that. That makes no sense. Yes. And I agree with that. I mean, the only person who knows is the last one to see someone is the last one, you know, really the last one who would actually do something is the last one that sees her, you know. But she's saying she's the last one that saw her, so
Yeah.
their business right now. I've verified my own API business. Yeah. Okay. So these are her accounts of what Sammy's account is regarding the night it happened.
Can't track a phone. They can't even find the phone. I don't understand. I don't understand how they can't find her phone. Sorry.
Well, the phone's
Sorry.
off.
Well, you want to know something? Then I'm glad those people are out there searching. I am. Let me tell you something. She's very, very lucky that the police are all over this. Because you want to know something? Me and Justin have a story coming for you that's going to knock you off your fucking chair. I'm actually mentally preparing myself for this one. I was supposed to talk about this with Justin 3 days ago. And I said, you know what? I need to. All right. She's very lucky to have people looking for her, people that love her, and that all these people are giving her attention. I honestly don't have any thoughts or anything that I can possibly add to this, except for she's very lucky people looking for her, because a lot of these cases, no one, it never gets to a point where people are talking about it, or they become a household name, or blah blah. And it goes back to this white girl blonde syndrome thing, and this is why people are angry. Why, I hate to take it into another direction, but it is true. She's a young white girl, and for some reason people are just really, really attracted to these cases of young white girls going missing. And you want to know something? For the sake of,
It's true.
for the sake of the police and investigators, they need to find this girl. They need to find her. They need to find this girl. Otherwise, this is going to be very, very bad if they don't. They need to find her within the next week.
I think they will find her. In
I
my
think they will too.
opinion, she's either. I think she's in water somewhere. I really think she's in water very deep somewhere. car and all,
Another Natalie Holloway.
because her car is missing with her.
So you think the cars are gone
Yes.
underwater?
Yes.
But they got the deep divers, right? What's the nearest body of water?
There's water everywhere.
Oh.
But, hell, it could be in a garage somewhere as well. We don't
That
know.
is true.
But I think most people, I don't want to speak for everyone in here, but I feel like a lot of people feels like she's in water.
I honestly am not feeling any sort of, sometimes I get a feeling and I'm always right. I don't have any feelings. I don't feel any sort of, I don't feel like anything that's kind of pulling me from the stomach into this particular story. Cause sometimes there'll be a story that I cover and I'm talking about, and things will just come out of my mouth and I don't even know whether I'm saying it. One time I told two uncles that was searching for their niece and their nephew. And all of a sudden I said, and it was the biggest moment on YouTube that could have just ruined me. I would have just deleted my channel. People would say, Marissa, how dare you give these uncles false hope? I said on a live, two uncles that were in tears, crying, looking for their 16-year-old niece and nephew that were taken by the little boy's father. I said, you know what? He's not going to hurt them. He took them. He's not going to hurt them. And they're going to be found by the end of the week. And then after that, I was like, oh my God, why did I say that? Why did I say that? It just flew out. And guess what?
I remember that.
Yeah, they found them on Thursday in California. And I kind of got a little, whoa, like I kind of needed the wall to hold me up, because I was like, thank God. Because after you have two grieving family members that are in tears and begging for this girl to come to her senses and come home, you don't just get to say, hey, they're safe. I know that they're safe and that there will be an arrest at the end of the week. You just don't say that ever. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. And that was
a bold statement.
it was so bold that if I was wrong, I would have been creamed and I would have just went, I'm done. It's time to make pug videos. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything, Justin, on this one. It's sad, and I hope that they find her. I don't have nothing to offer. I mean, what I can do is I can light a candle for her and I can pray for her that they find her.
That's
If everyone's saying water, I'm wondering, are people that have, psychic medium kind of things going on? Like, are they gonna see the same things?
I don't know.
Excuse me, Jill. Can we please continue with going over Kiely? That's exactly what we're doing, Jill. That's exactly what we're doing. I am a guest on Justin's panel for a reason. Okay?
That's what we're doing.
Zip it. Zip it. All right? Or else you're done. I will throw you out myself.
Okay, where was I?
Well, this is the thing, Pearl's mom. Justin sent me a message as we went on and said, sounds like, he said, this is a lot like Gabby Petito.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot like Gabby Petito. It really does.
You think it was a setup? Christine thinks it's a setup.
I do too. I kind of feel like someone was jealous, like really jealous somewhere.
Terrible.
In this.
Jealous of her. Do you think it has anything to do with the boyfriend?
I kind of feel like it has to do with something like that. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Jagger? His name is Jagger,
Yes.
like from. So he's got a soap opera name. Wonderful.
Sorta, yes.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. A soap opera name from General Hospital.
Yes. Um, where did my page go? One second.
It's Kylie, not Keely.
Kylie, yeah.
Kylie.
Yes.
The E kind of throws it off.
Yeah, it's spelled differently. It is spelled differently. All right. So she says, not been confirmed. It was the black top found. If it isn't confirmed from placer sheriff or find Kylie, don't trust it. It was supposed to be a senior farewell party.
Right.
So that was what the party was originally intended for. Tahoe, Truckee, Kings Beach, goodbye for college kind of party because, school's about ready to start back. Kylie graduated early, considered a senior. All grades were invited. It was just a big, big bash. A big bash, right? I talked to Kylie. We hadn't planned on going together, and we hadn't planned on going together, and we ended up not going together. Now, if she's your best girlfriend, right? You would think that they would go together.
That's why I asked, how'd she get there?
Well, I mean, she drove herself there. Kylie drove
No,
herself there.
no, the other girl, Sammy. How did she get there? That she's asking Kylie for a ride.
I guess they drove individual cars.
Well, then, so she was drunk.
They were.
Did Sammy say to the police, "Yes, I had way too much to drink"? Because if she had, listen, if all these kids, all right, one of the first questions you asked is, how could she just disappear in front of 200 people? Well, guess what? If it's the dark and we're partying and we're all drinking and we're all making out with people and laughing and joking, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to notice someone disappearing. I mean, I'm not one of those people that's like, let me see, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what everybody's doing. And that's the thing. If you're going to be like that, then you don't deserve to be at a party. If you're not going to party, if you're going to sit there and observe, just stay home and watch TV.
Well, I mean, some people go to party and they don't drink.
Okay, Justin. Yeah, that's your way out. We'll get you some chocolate milk.
I'm just saying.
She was roofied.
It's very possible, because we also have to remember there was Jagger was in here, by the way, I believe so. He may have texted me. Hold on.
Hello, Moto.
Hey, it's
so that's the
Justin.
campground. Okay, I'm looking at the campground right now.
I'm live now. I just messaged Jagger if he wants to speak. He is welcome to. Everyone be very respectful in here, because we do not know who did it or not. if
Why isn't he talking to the police?
he is talking to the police.
And YouTubers at the same time?
He has not talked to any YouTubers yet.
Oh. My question would be why? Why are you talking to YouTubers? I mean, I know you want to talk to him, but why?
Because we just want to hear a story.
Okay. All right. I don't know. It
Um,
just seems to me that when we have these fresh cases, I think it's safer, right? That whoever is involved in these cases basically just stick to talking to investigators and police,
um,
right?
this is the thing. I told Jagger that if he wanted to come up, I don't really need to ask him questions. He can just say whatever he wants to say, really, about whatever he feels comfortable with, because it's never my intention to mess up anything. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
And did
that's
you vet him?
I'll have to talk to you offline. That's why I told you I'll talk to you offline earlier
Okay.
about stuff. um but he's welcome to come up if he wants to, or if he wants to come up later, that's fine too. My big thing is Sammy. Sammy.
I think
Uh,
everybody did that, right?
for now, yes, everyone's like that. And Sammy says, I talked to Kylie. We hadn't planned on going together, and we ended up going together. Or we ended up not going together, rather. She came in with her best friend, Mags Larson. Her name is actually Magdalene. She drove in with her. Mags ended up leaving about 10 minutes into the party with her boyfriend, Ross. Told Kylie goodbye. They never planned on leaving together or staying together. They just went to the party together because they were hanging out earlier in the day. I saw her the moment she got there, and from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. We would break off for mere moments from each other to go talk to other people or to do other things, but we would always come back to each other. We were drinking the same drinks, just being teenagers, throwing glow sticks into the party, and it started to grow really big. I would say around 10 to 10:30 p.m. It just blew up. It was starting to get to the point where I was getting overwhelmed, and I'm a very social person. So Sammy is saying that um at 10 or 10:30. How did Sammy thank you, Penelope. How did Sammy know she was the last person to talk to Riley? It wasn't with her. How would she know Riley didn't talk to anyone else after her? And that is a very good point, Penelope. I appreciate that. Um, that is a very valid question. How would she know she was the last person to talk to anyone? Only someone who knows for a fact that they was the last person to speak to someone
That's
is going to
usually the
say
main
that.
suspect in every case. Unfortunately, I mean, you can watch any sort of police documentary or news, and they say the first suspect in any foul play is the last person to see the victim, and then, of course, the spouse.
Yes. So Sammy is getting overwhelmed once 10 or 10:30 starts. She said she's a social person, but she's overwhelmed because it was just getting too big. And she said, I've never been overwhelmed at any parties. I've actually been underwhelmed, she said. But this party, it was very large. It was bigger than any party we have had in Truckee all year. A lot of years past. So, it's kind of the end of summer, it's got back to school, people want to make it a big party, right? They're going to, before college and school starts, they're going to party their asses off at that age. Um, but when you get teenagers around each other and there is people over 18 there, in college, and I've heard even older than that. Um, you get all of these mixed personalities around each other. You get alcohol, drugs involved, and things can go downhill extraordinarily quickly, very, very quickly. And I think that is what happened, in my opinion. There were people from, we think, Sacramento, San Francisco. I remember talking to somebody who was from San Francisco, Reno, Folsom areas that were just way out of reach from it. And it was really overwhelming and weird to see, but I really didn't think much of it. I just thought kids were from around here.
Mm.
They have vacation homes up here. They're just coming to party because why not? Sammy says. So then Kylie and I were going around taking shots. That's a bad idea. Just so this is in Northern California. Thank you, Laura Don 82. For the super chat. How did they talk? My 19 doesn't even text me anymore unless to alert me. Otherwise, we chat on Instagram. I think it's weird, but that's what teens do now. Um, I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah, they like those Snapchat things. They like all these weird things. Now, I would prefer a direct text message. Yeah, I think that I would tell your daughter, hun, Laura, Miss Laura, yeah, just tell her, keep it, when you're out and stuff, text message, text message. Because the thing is what if her phone doesn't work? You know, she needs to know your number by heart. And these days, people don't know anybody's number by heart. It's a miracle if we know our own.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So Kylie and Sammy were going around taking shots. Now, they have said that there was a lot of coke at this party and other drugs, allegedly. And just drinking. We were trading drinks with each other. We were sharing drinks with each other. We would go back to her car and get some alcohol sometimes, and then we went to her car to charge her phone. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people, you know, they're going back to their cars, they're doing blow together, right? They're charging their phones, they're doing all kinds of drugs together, and somebody is going to see that these someone get in a car. It,
Highlight that comment from Sweet Tea.
thank you, sweetie. I think that Sammy typed the message to herself from Kylie's phone and responded that she had already left the party to give herself an alibi. Very, very possible, Sweet Tea and Biggie. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you.
NSD0909, thank you for your super chat. Sammy said she decided to leave with someone else because Kylie was too drunk. So you leave her? Who did Sammy get a ride from? Exactly, and that's her best friend.
That makes her more suspect even more. Because remember, she claimed that she wanted a ride. So if she thought that she was too drunk, you're gonna let your all right. So she disappeared in her own car, correct? What would make
Um,
her leave in her own car and never make it home? And the last place that the phone pinged was at that place, at that party. I mean, if you just keep it as basic as possible, we don't really need the fluff. That's where the questions are. So that's where you got to sit this girl down and say, okay, well, you got into the car to charge it with her, correct? Okay. So you asked her, Kylie, for a ride. And I'm assuming she said sure or yes. Definitely. So how is the phone dead if she was charging it? Or is the phone inside that car underwater? And I'm just going off the facts. Instead of, reaching out and spiraling out into 15 different, you just take the facts and think to yourself, okay, you asked for a ride, you were charging the thing, you were charging the phone. She said yes. So she left in that car with her
Don says it
phone.
was shut off.
So she shut off her phone. Why would she do that?
Well, we don't know. She shut off her phone.
Exactly. So probably somebody shut it off.
Mhm.
Is it possible that an attractive young girl like her met a guy? Just go exactly. Just go off the basic facts instead of spiraling out of control. And listen, like we don't know too much about this right now, so the speculation has to be as bland as possible. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to try and thinking, because that's how you get yourself into a rabbit hole. But just think, she asked her for a ride. She said yes. Now, the weird thing is that this Sammy girl does not make sense. We don't know Sammy was drunk. I thought Sammy told the police she was drinking. Did the police ask Sammy if she was drunk?
Well, of course.
Okay. And did she say yes?
She was drinking, but she wasn't as drunk as Kylie, from what I understand, because she says that Kylie was too drunk to drive her home, so she got a ride with some other friends.
So there's a little bit of neglect there.
Of course. So why do you leave your best friend
That's
all alone?
horrible.
Sammy called,
horrible.
Kylie called.
I'll tell you one thing, Sammy, if you're watching this, you're not much of a friend at all.
Sammy said Kylie called her, not text her. Okay.
Sammy admitted she was drunk and then admitted that Kylie was even more drunk and just allowed her to be drunk. All right. Yeah. Sammy, if you're watching this, you're not much of a friend and you're not showing much emotion. And that's why people are wondering what your deal is. Sammy said she was inebriated and hard to remember the conversation in the car.
Now, question, does anyone know who Sammy got a ride with? Because I have not been able to find that out yet. Does anyone know?
I could never leave my friend behind. I could
Sammy.
never do that.
And why is Sammy, if somebody, why is Sammy not telling what friend she is with then? Because could that, and the friends, could they have done something to her? I mean, all she has to say is, yeah, I got a ride with, Lisa, which Lisa, I don't know if there's, I'm just making up a name, right? But, she just got to say, hey, I just got a ride with this girl, and, she can front my, she'll tell you the alibi. This is my alibi.
What a nightmare. You want to know something, guys? I'm just going to throw it out there. I actually said this to Jake. I said, in the future, I don't care how drunk you are. I don't care what you did. I don't care if it's 4:00 in the morning. You never, ever get behind the wheel of a car. You wake me up and you tell me, Mom, come get me. I don't feel comfortable to drive. If you and your friends don't feel comfortable to drive, you call me. And make them believe that.
Absolutely.
And you want to know something? I'm going to dig even deeper. You want to know something? If you don't feel comfortable with the kids that you're around, call me immediately.
So they went back to their car a couple times and got alcohol, and they went to charge her car, and she says, we were talking about just random stuff. It's kind of hard to remember. But you remember that you went back and got alcohol, and you remember you went to charge the phone, and you remember you hung out all night, but you don't remember just the basic concepts of what you were talking about. Oh, Ryan Upchurch is in the house. Hey, Ryan. It doesn't it doesn't seem right. It does not sit right with me.
It's the friend.
It seems like it.
And I
It
hate
really.
to say it without knowing that much, but I guess my gut's leaning towards this friend not being much of a friend when she was needed.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
she,
how
she
can you?
stands there with no, I'm just not for nothing, but she's got.
Stop, Violet.
What?
Stop. Get out of here.
It feels like she feels nothing for her friend being missing.
Well,
Like
I
there's
mean,
no emotion.
yeah. I mean, how did Sammy get a ride home?
So what did she tell the police?
I have no idea.
Oh, so we don't know what she told the police about how she got home.
I mean, I don't ever feel like they were ever that close of friends to begin with. They didn't follow each other on social media.
That's weird.
How can how is that even possible? You're these best of friends, and particularly in the last few months, but you don't follow each other on social media, and you're like 18 years old.
Would it be able for
She's
you
16.
to would it be able for you to pull up any of her interviews or statements that
Yeah.
can you do that? Because
We're
I've
gonna do
never
that.
heard her talk.
Yes, but I want to finish this real quick, because I want to finish what she is saying here. And everyone give Ryan a hello into the chat. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. We appreciate you. And for looking into all of these cases. Okay, where was I? We were talking about texting her mom and her charging her phone and just about the party in general. And then we had a few other friends in the car, and then we all decided to go back to the party. Well, what was the few other friends? Who were the friends? Did something go wrong in the car? Did they leave in that car? Is it possible? And then we were around there for a bit, Sammy says. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving and I wanted to stay at the party longer. This is very suspicious.
Yep.
And so then we ended up splitting up in the party because I wanted to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car. So this is where in the interview she starts, you can tell there's, in my opinion, there's a nervous energy. And the transcript is, and that's, we could, and there's a long pause, and she says, sorry, my mind is ...
Because
And
she's
she does,
wondering if what she's saying is going to
yes,
align right.
yes, her
Continuing.
mind is rolling, in my opinion, right now. She's thinking out, her mind's going a million miles an hour because she doesn't want to F up, in my opinion. She does not want to F up. Yeah, there was, okay. And then she says, yeah, there was a friendly fight going on. Like we had boxing gloves. It wasn't anybody that had any drama. Yeah, there were friendly fights going on. Like we had boxing gloves. It wasn't anybody that had any drama.
Okay, that's a big hint.
Yes.
That's a hint right there.
Yes. Oh, Ryan's welcome to come up
Have
if
you,
he wants to.
Justin, have you ever had a friendly fight?
Have ever had a friendly fight? I've never.
Oh, you never been
I
in a
mean,
fight?
there's a playful fight. If Ryan wants to come up, he's absolutely welcome to.
Yeah, that right there. Here you go. Friendly fights going on. Like we had boxing gloves. It wasn't anybody that had any drama. They weren't enemies or anything, just friendly fights to keep entertainment going.
Well, I mean, like, I'm from West Virginia, and like, when I was, their age, we would go out and have, parties, tailgate parties, burn fires, and everything like that. But and we would play around and that kind of thing. But sometimes it would get, a friendly fight can turn into a not so friendly fight. So it's Heather says we partied in the canals. That's funny. You never leave your friends behind alone or intoxicated. That's exactly right. You should never ever leave, like, you should never leave anyone, friend or anybody, a way that they can't get home or at least leave safely. You've got to always take care of everyone at the party. That is first and foremost. Always. Um, but it's amazing to me that she goes from the car, they went back to the party after leaving the car, and then she stops. She stutters. Yes, there were friendly fights going on, like we had boxing gloves. It wasn't anybody that had any drama. They weren't enemies or anything, just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. Hmm. She says this happens a lot at our parties. We just do it to have fun. If anybody gets hurt, we have people on them. We have people on them. Hmm.
I'm dying to hear this girl talk. Dying.
Fun, friendly competition, yeah. To see who goes home with the title.
Oh, please.
So they get a title now? I will admit people end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time. No, there was no ex boyfriend. Her ex boyfriend was in Napa at the time. I think he lives in Napa. Um, Jagger was in here earlier. I just messaged him, but he hasn't messaged back. So, um,
He got timed out for saying that we were all a bunch of idiots. And
make sure he's not timed out, please,
no. Texas tornado unhit him, and
because he's allowed to think we're all a bunch of idiots.
well, absolutely. I mean, if he knows more than
Because
us, I hope
absolutely,
that
he
he
knows more
told.
than us. Absolutely,
If
that's what I'm
he knows
saying.
more than us, and
Absolutely,
he's already, told the police everything he knows, and he wants to talk to YouTubers. Just remember that we got to be careful talking to these families. And I know something. I had to learn this with, justice for Marvin. It ends up causing more trouble. It's just so weird.
yeah. I mean, that's what I told him. I said, listen, I don't want to ask you any questions. That's what I specifically told him. I just want you to say what you're comfortable with saying, and that's not going to hurt anything. If you want to, if you don't want to, if you want to write a statement, if you want to do it over the phone, if you want to do it on YouTube, like, it's
Justin, I
fine.
suggest that if you do anything like that from here on out, pre-record it. Just pre-record it, you with
Yeah.
that person, so that the chat is not interfering, blah, 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 blah. And that's just the way to do it, because it just seems like when we start getting, the families involved, that
Yeah. Pre-recorded is
other
definitely.
people are just either it's like you know some sort of like a competition, or oh, this person isn't doing it right. And then I would hate to see another family get attacked the way
Right.
Marvan's has, especially when they've done nothing.
Right. Okay, so he says he actually drove up the next day, the second he heard she was missing. So Jag was not actually at the party, right? He actually drove up the next day, the second he heard she was missing. He's very close with her family and her. There was no anything, and she does not currently have a boyfriend. She's just rocking the single life, like we used to say. This is all what Sammy is saying, guys. She just wanted to be open and single and have fun as a kid. Yeah, I've been in close contact with the family. To everyone around the world, I hope this is reaching. Keep sharing, post flyers, reach local news, posters everywhere. Have everyone looking for Kylie. If you see anything, report to Placer County Sheriff. Tip line frustrations. There are 1,000 people in the working get millions of calls a day now. Neighbors, apps, rumor, female chased in Sacramento pulled into Honda CRV. We are investigating the detectives. It has not been confirmed or denied. Her shirt was not found. Not her shirt. FBI and cops investigated. I've been in charge. Okay, and she says, I've been in charge, not in charge, taken a responsibility to get to touch with everyone, in touch with everyone at party, teen, or meetups, interview 7 or 8. Keep info in simple area. It seems like she's really wanting to take a big yes, we're going to show Sammy's videos in just a minute because
Like a big place, like she wants to be the core of
yes.
this investigation. Yeah, yeah, I felt that. Yeah, she wants to be the center of attention. I don't know her, but I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
Um
And I bet you $1 million. Well, not a million. I bet you $15 that she is their number one suspect that they're watching.
Hey, if I play Ikmail's interview, like an interview from
He
him,
won't
he
strike
won't
you.
strike me, will he?
That's my boy. Yeah, play.
I didn't think he would, but I'm just saying.
He's probably watching.
Okay. All right. So we're going to play Sammy and the interview, and this is by Ikmail, and this is from another creator. We'll put mods. Please find. Obviously, we have Ikmail's link, but this other creator, I'm sorry, I don't know him, but he's done a lot of great things on this case, and I will give him a shout out in just a brief
Absolutely.
moment.
Shoot them out. And just ask the mods to keep dropping their links. We're good.
And I think is it All American Dream Chaser? Okay, yes. All American Dream Chaser, guys, please subscribe to All American Dream Chaser, Tony Dodge, and of course our guy Ikmail, who we love very much. Please subscribe to them both. We will drop their links in chat.
Stage.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Kylie.
No,
Yeah.
You're welcome. I know you're super busy. I know you got to be tired. I know you've been busy.
Yeah.
I followed you at the press conference today, and I know you're a busy girl. And I just want to say I really admire what you're doing. You're amazing young lady. You're only 18 years old, right?
Yeah, I'm 18.
So it's outstanding for a young girl your age to. But anyway, nonetheless, I know you're pressed for time, and everybody's wanting to know what's the latest. What is? Well, I'll let you take it from the top. Who's Kylie, Rodney? Let's go back to the beginning, I guess, real quick. Just give us a rundown.
Totally. Yeah. So Kylie is one of my close friends. We met through mutual friends, and we became closer in the past year to coming months recently. And she is just a light in a lot of people's lives. She's wonderful. She's smiling all the time. She's caring. She's beautiful. She's there for anybody who has ever needed her. She's very outgoing. She's outdoorsy too. She loves the water. She loves to sing. Her voice is just amazing too. And she's just a beautiful girl, and we all miss her a lot. And so
yeah, I'm sure. You saw her at the party, right? You were at the party with her?
yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party. I was
No, it's okay.
walking
It's
around
okay.
with her.
I know you. I
And
know you got a lot going on. I
yeah,
get it.
I'm at the team to team, a lot of
No,
kids outside.
Everybody's wanting to talk to you, and like I said, I greatly appreciate every minute I have with you.
Yeah.
Can you take a quick look at this photo? Is this
Yeah.
what she? Can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she's wearing too. I remember watching.
Do you want to say something, Marissa?
I just can't believe that she was talking and talking, and she was about to talk, and he cut her off 15 times
Well,
to go off onto this. Okay, we know what she was wearing, but this is the thing. When you're at these types of parties, what is everybody doing? They're going like this. They're recording everything
everything.
they see. When are we going to see videos of all those people partying? That's what the police should be looking at. Combing
Nope.
through hundreds of hours, right?
They're not like nobody was releasing anything at that party. That's the crazy thing.
So they weren't recording. Okay. All right.
Oh no, they were recording.
You
They just
said
weren't.
that these people were from the South. I thought they were in California.
No, I said what I'm from the South.
Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. I just wish that the guy that's talking to her will let the girl talk.
Okay.
All right. Let's just get to the clothes then. I guess the clothes is more important.
Her have to take it off when we were using the restroom together. We were out using the outdoor restroom, if like popping squat, basically. So, yeah.
That was just released from the Placer County Sheriff's Office. This picture, I just found it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
So there's talk about this top, the spaghetti straps top. Some people are saying it was found at the area. Is that? Can you confirm that, or is that
so that has not been confirmed. If it has not been posted on our Find Kylie Rodney Instagram page or on the website or on the Placer County Sheriff's Office Facebook or anything, then it is not true, and it is not something that people should be following on or trusting. The information will be posted and will be coming from us when it is confirmed. So to let people know what to look out for, if a changed shirt or something. So yeah, that has not been confirmed.
Okay. Perfect. So at the night of the party, the last time you saw her, can you tell us about, I guess, give us a rundown of the party real quick. I understand it was a large gathering.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a senior farewell party where all the seniors and everybody from around our area, like Tahoe and Truckee and Incline and Kings Beach, were supposed to be there. They were invited there because it was supposed to be like saying goodbye to your favorite seniors before everybody starts going off to college, because soon enough here people are going to start leaving and moving out. And so Kylie's a senior, or she graduated early, so she's considered a senior, and I was a senior. So every senior was initially invited to the party. And as well, all grades were invited just so that they could say goodbye. So I had talked with Kylie, and I had known she was going beforehand. We hadn't planned on going together, and we ended up not going together. She came with her best friend Mags Larson. Magdalene, sorry, is her first name.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and so she came with her, drove in with her, and then Mags ended up leaving about 10 minutes into the party with her boyfriend Ross, Mags's boyfriend, and told Kylie goodbye and everything. And they were never planning on like leaving together or staying together at the party. They just went to the party together because they were hanging out earlier in the day. And then I saw her the second she got there, and from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. We would break off for mere moments from each other to go talk to other people or to go do other things, but we would always come back to each other. We were just going around the party. We were drinking the same drinks, being teenagers, throwing glows.
I think Mags. So people were wondering who's Mags. I think Mags is the person that did this interview. We saw this. Remember last night I posted this video. We should watch this video again. I don't know if we'll do it on this stream. It might be the next stream. I think that's who Mags is. I think, if I remember. We'll get to that. That's supposed to be the friend that came because she had said something about, I could be wrong, but she had said something about like they were trying to force her to take bomb rips without the consent, or was there? I thought she said something about boyfriend, or the boyfriend wasn't there. I don't know. Is that Max? Maybe somebody can double check or play the video. We'll see.
Sticks into the party, and it started to grow really big. I would say around 10 to 10:30. It just blew up. Like, it started to get to the point where I was getting overwhelmed, and I'm a very social person. I've been to a lot of these parties. I've never been overwhelmed. I've actually been underwhelmed, but at this party it was very large. Like, it was bigger than any party we've had in Truckee all year, and for a lot of years past. There were people from what we think Sacramento, San Francisco. I remember talking to somebody who was from San Francisco, Reno, Folsom, areas that were just way out of reach from it. And it was really overwhelming and weird to see, but I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, kids are around here. They have vacation homes up here. They're just coming to party because why not? So then Kylie and I were going around taking shots and just drinking. We were trading drinks with each other. We were sharing drinks with each other. We would go back to her car to get some.
So trading drinks. So that's what she meant, I guess, when they were talking about that whatever Kylie drank, she drank. Okay, so I guess sharing and trading drinks.
Alcohol sometimes, and then we went to her car to charge her phone, and we were talking about just random stuff, and then it's kind of hard to remember. And so, or no, we were talking about her texting her mom and her charging her phone and stuff, and just about the party in general. And then we had a few other friends in the car, and then we all decided to go back to the party, and we were around in there for a bit. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving and I wanted to stay at the party longer. And so then we ended up splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car, so that we could sorry, my mind is in a moment.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I want to take a couple of questions here real quickly.
That's where she kind of starts to fall apart.
And he cuts her off. And so is it true that her parents are investigators?
One of her parents is a private investigator, I believe. And the other one is, hold on, I'll find out. I'll tell you.
Who, Jim Terry?
Oh God, Marissa.
I know. I don't know. A lot of people. Oh, one's an attorney. Okay.
Attorney, yeah.
Oh, wow. And she's talking. Okay. All right. The mother's an attorney.
No.
Yeah, the mom. All right.
Okay,
So
her mom's an attorney and the dad's a PI.
PI. Okay. So, wow. All right. That's interesting.
I wish, she
exactly, Miss Reed
just kept talking there.
Yeah. See that comment by Miss Reed?
No. Miss Reed.
Interesting. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Here we go.
No.
I want to listen to the. I'm not gonna do it now, but I'm just gonna timestamp it so we can go back and listen to this part.
16:39. In the chat wants to ask you who was fighting at the party. The girl and guy. Look into them. Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was like we had boxing gloves. People were like trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama or they weren't
No.
enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like we have people on them, but it's
So
just a way to keep kids
it
entertained.
wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of
No.
a just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see
I-
who wins and who goes home with the title. Which I will candidly admit, people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
Daniel Taylor, and Nola, thank you for that comment. Daniel Taylor's in the house. Daniel Taylor wants to ask you, did Kylie have her boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend with her at the party?
And so
She seems, I mean, maybe I'm just don't know the kids these days, but she just seems a little monotone, you know, just very
Dry.
dry. Yes, dry, like a dry, not
Passive.
sense of but she's just very, very bland.
Mhm.
And it doesn't feel like there's emotion in her voice, but that could also be because of a million other things too.
Maybe she's overwhelmed. She could be
I don't know.
overwhelmed. She
It's
could feel
just
guilty. I don't know what she feels. I can't form. I'm honestly sitting here. I can't form an opinion on her at all. I'm just wondering why she's talking to this guy.
this is the thing now, because I did watch this part. And yesterday, that person that called in, can't even remember her name right now. The person that called in that knows Sam had said that Kylie has a boyfriend. And Sam here says that, and I saw people on Facebook talking that she doesn't have a boyfriend. She has an ex-boyfriend that came the day after she went missing or something like that. We're going to hear it now.
No, there was no ex-boyfriend
Friendly fights. Yeah, I don't know. See the chat.
there. Her ex-boyfriend lived in Napa. He was in Napa at the time, and I think he lives in Napa. And he actually drove up the next day, the second he heard that she was missing. He's very close with her family and her. There was no anything, and she does not currently have a boyfriend. She was rocking the single life, like we used to say.
Single
She
life.
just wanted to be
Hashtag single.
open and single and
Yeah.
I like that.
have fun as a
I
kid.
get it. She's
Not-
only
This is not mine.
No, it's all right. I know. We know.
It's not
16.
me.
She's just a
suffering.
baby. I just can't even imagine.
This is person.
How's mom doing? Have you talked to her mom at all?
Yeah, so I've been in close contact with the family.
How they doing? She looked just a nervous wreck. I can't even imagine what she's going through.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and prayers are with. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say our thoughts and prayers are with the family. It's going to be a hard time. What can we do to help? What can the public do? The West Loose out there. What can we do to help find Kylie? What can we do to help you?
To everyone at this point around the world, I'm hoping that this is reaching, and if anybody's seeing this, just if they can keep sharing this, get the story out to neighbors and friends and family and local news stations and local newspapers and posting flyers, making flyers, screenshotting and somehow making flyers. We need this information to spread everywhere. We're trying to get posters everywhere, information everywhere, just trying to have everybody in the world at this point looking for Kylie and just trying to find Kylie. And if anybody sees anything, to report it immediately to the sheriff's, the police, the Placer County Sheriff's Office, or the numbers that have been loaded on. There's been a lot of trouble and frustration with people about the tip line, but they have to understand that there's 1,000 people in there working, getting millions of calls a day now.
I know.
And what is the frustration with the tip line? I thought I heard something that they were saying that, like, I saw on the internet they were talking about, like, I don't know, the tip line wasn't working. I saw somebody had said something, or maybe that's what she's saying, that it was just busy or full or something. Yeah.
I know you had stated that we're not trying to create any rumors, but there was something on the Facebook page that I wanted to see if maybe you can comment on this. It says 2 days ago on the Neighbors app, At 1 o'clock in the morning, a topless female was being chased by a Honda CRV and was pulled back into the vehicle in Sacramento, California. That's about an hour and 38 minutes away from Prosser Campground. Kylie drives the Honda CRV. Her tank top was possibly found at the scene. I know we just discussed that. We can't verify that that is true. Down the road from the so they're saying her tank top was found at the scene down the road from the Prosser Campground. The timestamps could be off due to a camera clock being accurate or inaccurate, but I don't know is there anything you can comment on that?
Yeah, so we are investigating into that currently from my knowledge of the detectives, and it has not been confirmed.
We are investigating. We are. Sounds like you're taking a little bit of ownership there. We? Honey, you're 18. You just learned how to wee.
Nor denied that if that is Kylie, but we do not believe that her shirt has not been found. I can confirm that her shirt was not found, nor were any articles of her clothing at all.
Okay, so I want to let's repeat that. The spaghetti strap shirt that was claimed to have been found, that was not hers.
No, it was not hers. It was investigated by the FBI and the cops and everything.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. So the spaghetti strap shirt, the top that was found, that did not belong to Kylie Rodney. Thank you for that, Sammy.
Yeah.
So I can. So now when we watched the press conference, the police were saying that they're trying to get everyone that was at that party to come forward. So should we tell, should we get that message out as well to everybody that was at that party that they needed? Yeah. Who did they contact?
Well, I've been not in charge, but I've taken on the responsibility of trying to get in contact with everybody at that party. I've posted teen meetups, teen to teens, where there's no adults, no parents, and no media coverage. Everybody stays anonymous, and everybody does not get, everybody is just talking teen to teen. We have interviewers, only about 7 or 8 of us, and that's the limit we're trying to keep it at, to keep the information kind of in a simple one source area that we can go to. And we've moved locations, multiple, trying to make things more convenient in the Tahoe area, in the Truckee area. We've held one last night, and then we held one tonight, and we had a lot of teens come out today and explain things. It's just a way for teens to not feel the pressure of getting in trouble by their parents, or to feel like the cops are going to get them in trouble, or to feel that the media will spread their face all over the internet. We're just trying to get teens to be honest, because kids will tell kids who they kissed, and kids will tell kids who they drank with.
That's why yesterday she was let's see here if I can do this real quick. That's why yesterday I guess she was saying for parents to drop off the kids and leave, I guess, because she was trying to tell them, I guess.
So I just saw this thing on Twitter about this. Is kind of shows you what kind of area that they are in right now for the next search location.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was like, where did that dog come from? Yeah, no, the dog surprised me.
See, there's a lake right there. Yeah, that's just very odd.
Wow.
I mean, that's really intense.
I still, Justin, I don't know what to think of the friend. I don't know. I don't. So
I mean, look at all these rocks.
it's a lot. That's a lot.
Searching everywhere.
Okay, I just wanted to let everyone know that wants to jump in here. Letitia is texting Justin and I as we speak and thanking us for the dinner that I sent her and stuff like that. We're tired of these people being abused. I'm sorry that I'm doing this on Justin. I'm sorry I'm doing this on your panel, but they're going after Letitia again. Okay. Miss Letitia is right here, and she loves Justin and I very much. And end of story. She's right here. Okay. There you go.
People need to leave people alone. It's terrible.
Somebody sent Letitia a video saying that Letitia hates me and you, and she doesn't know where the hell that's coming from. So let's just put it where it is. You want to know something? At the end of the
Thank
day,
you for becoming a member, Genji.
Justin and I really want to help all these people that want help. They just want help. They don't come to YouTube thinking, people are gonna, attack them, attack their lives, and then it's too late. When we start getting them the help that they need, these demons come out. As far as this case, we would like to help. I know Justin has been working on this for hours and hours and hours and hours. This stuff is work, okay? And I definitely appreciate everything, Justin, that you have put into this video that you're making right now. I think it looks amazing.
It's a lot.
You spent a lot of time on it. God bless you. And the thing is the man that was interviewing this girl, Sammy, fine, he's new at this. He's fine. He's trying his best. But the best thing to do is to allow people to talk. If you watch investigators, if you watch courtroom session, if you just watch and observe, these, what do they call them? The starts with an I. When you sit with the police, I've done it twice.
Interrogation.
When you sit through interrogations, guess what? You really don't hear a whole lot of talking from the police. And there's a window. It's glass. And you've seen it in movies. You've seen it in everything. You gotta let these people talk, because the more that they talk, the more information that they get. It's kind of like a psychic. If you call up a psychic, if you want to call up Mama Rosalita, they listen. They listen. And they feed off what you're giving them. You can't. So, Guy, if you're, I don't know your name, but you gotta let the girl talk.
Mm-hmm.
If something is, which I hope she's not involved. I hope she's not. Eventually, these people will slip up. But her mother's a lawyer. Okay, her mother's a lawyer. I'm surprised that the mother is allowing a lawyer to talk to people with 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. No,
That's true, Rosie girl.
Yeah, you really want to talk to someone like Chris McDonough. You want to talk to someone that can really ask the right questions and not switch the topic and not try and kiss ass. That's not the way they get things done. And it's just not. Some people hate hearing the truth. Exactly, McRamble on. They want you to talk so that you ramble, and then if you stumble, they use that against
Well,
you.
nervous people and people who aren't telling the truth usually add a lot more details. They add more words, they add more description. Um, if that's just generally what they do. This is they had a um kind of like, I don't know if it was like a fundraiser today,
Uh-huh.
um or what in Kylie's name, but here is a little bit of it that probably get struck for this.
No, you won't. It's copyrighted material. If someone's playing, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I get
All right, don't. Yeah, if it makes you nervous, then just skip over it. And as you're skipping over it, I'm gonna say, you know what? Kylie's very,
concept.
very lucky that she's getting the coverage that she's getting. She really is. Anna Waddle, you're not blocked. I can see you. She was going on and on about her character a little too much at the beginning of the interview. She was stuttering to cover up. I don't know how she could have possibly been involved. That's the thing. But yeah, is she guilty of being a shitty friend? Yeah. Is it a little suspect that they were not Facebook friends or Instagram friends or blah? Yeah, that's a little weird.
Well, this is the thing, from like, let's just say 1 o'clock in the morning till what, 7 o'clock in the morning, which your mom woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, Don, for becoming a member. I appreciate your membership. Thank you. Um, you know, like if something happened to her, someone had to do something with her body in that car within
And the car
that
and the
time
phone.
frame, right? So,
This is a really strange one. This is a very strange story.
it's a very strange one.
I don't like it.
I don't like any of them.
You're not a fan of that YouTuber? He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But that's okay. Trial and error, trial and
What?
error.
I
We
appre-
all
I appreciate him.
you get a little better and then you start to learn a little more as you go along. You
I
believe her
appreciate
car
him.
is hidden somewhere?
I mean, look at this. Look at
No,
this
it's too
place.
much. It's too much.
I mean, look at all the freaking trees.
I know.
I mean, it's endless. If you've been to Northern California, you
Yeah.
understand.
Hmm.
Northern California is a beautiful place. Oh, it's so beautiful. It really is. Another of
Yeah.
the lakes and landscapes on Kylie's drive home. So, I mean, look at this. See the lake?
Is that the lake that they searched, or was it another one?
This is a lake on Kylie on the way she drives home. Thank you, Lindsay Smith. How do you feel about who blame the mother for bad parenting? How do you feel about those who blame the mother? Are you talking about Kylie's mother? Because I think that's a horrible thing that they are judging a mother when she is already on her knees right now begging God every single second of the day just to know where her daughter is, if that's what you mean. We need to have a little grace for people, guys. If we expect a little grace, we got to give a little grace.
Kiely's parents own a beautiful lodge They also live on the property. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll be praying for her. She looks like a really sweet girl. Just looking to have a nice little time. It reminds me of the Natalie Holloway. Why do I keep thinking Natalie Holloway?
I don't know.
Isn't that weird?
It's not weird.
Mm.
Oh, thank you, Pugs and Coffee. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know, but today marks a week of this beautiful young woman, young kid, really, who hasn't even started her life.
Kylie Rodney, missing from Truckee, California.
You see the
16.
I mean, to me, this kind of reminds me of, Gabby Petito. I don't know, to me, because it's out west and they're both, blonde and they were both missing, and it's just kind of the landscape feels similar to me. I don't know. But yeah, I hope that people are not
Yeah,
giving.
don't go after her mother.
Don't
My
go after
God. Please don't go after her mother. Whoever you people are that get a kick out of this, do not torment this mother. And to be
Yeah.
quite honest, we can't even, listen, the fact that Sammy's mother is an attorney and the father's private eye, guess what? If they are consenting for her to talk to the press, to talk to YouTubers and the like, then maybe there's a reason for it. At this point, we can have, all right, listen, at this point, yeah, she's a little bit guilty of not being, making her friends' safety a priority. But they were both under the influence of alcohol that we know of. And then the rest is the mystery. And I can't understand how anyone could say that at that party no one was recording stuff. I do believe that there are going to be recordings of that party and she's going to be seen. I do.
Well, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, the police gave a website. Hey, Betty. The police gave a website who anyone could. Holy crap, Sue Grammy.
Thank you, Sue Grammy.
Wow, Sue Grammy.
Aw, that's a blessing. Thank you. They're all blessings.
Thank you. Thank you for helping others. You are amazing. You don't know how to keep going with all the work you do. I admire you so much. You make the world a better place. Praying for everyone. Thank you, Sue Grammy. I appreciate that, because the last 4 videos I did, I got $0 for.
Yeah.
Because of that.
We're not making money off of
No, because of the intro.
I know.
They like everything went for that 30 seconds, every penny.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Can I just address one of the comments and then I'll shut up?
If it's nice.
It's not that it's nice.
Mother, thank you.
Thank you. That is a beautiful, and Justin, you owe me
Amen,
Dairy
Beagle.
Queen. You owe me some Dairy Queen. So there was a comment that I'm just going to address. Someone said, so Marissa and Justin, does this mean that you're not going to be talking about justice for Marvin anymore?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just
we
because
don't
we
have
move
any
on to,
updates. We don't have any updates.
I mean, this is the thing. Until Letitia or any of them go back,
Yeah,
I can't give you nothing. You know what I mean? It's not like Dre's going to call me and say, hey, Justin,
Just
I
let you know I'm
know.
at the hospital.
Yeah, because we just don't
We don't
have
know. We don't know anything. So, I mean,
anything.
we kind of have a choice because this has been being brought up a lot. They're saying, oh, well, Marissa, it's obvious that Marvon's family doesn't want anything to do with Justin and
Thank
Marissa
you.
anymore. And I'm like, where are you hearing this? There's no updates. And everyone that comes in say, hey, what's the update with Marvon? And we're like, we're hoping you would know. We were hoping you guys would know. Because the only person that knows is Dre. So when we find out something, yeah, we'll be back. But until then, I even told Justin, I said, we're not going to go live every single night and just keep talking about the same stuff that has been said a million times. We are going to keep on going. And guess what? We will stop what we're doing if we do get an update. And I will not wake up Justin at 5 a.m. because he's a vampire. I say, Justin, we have to go live right now. We will and give you an update. But this is the thing. Justin can hold up his phone right now. I can too. Letitia is right here.
Mm-hmm.
She's right here. She's not going anywhere. She loves us. Right now we're praying for Miss Wynette. Her mother has had COVID very badly. They took her off the machines and said to call the rest of the family. So she's very worried. That's an update, but nobody cares about Marvon's family, do they? No. All right. So yeah, with this, look at how much hours he put into this. Look at how much information he's got. For all these people that are saying, oh, you're just, what do they say? Oh, you're just doing this, exploiting for blah, blah, blah. No, this is actual work.
Oh, it's definitely work.
It's work. And it sometimes we can get a little something. And then sometimes we always risk making nothing. Always. So don't.
It's okay.
All right. So the concert, is she still singing?
This is KCRA.
Oh, here's Robin Lane. Here, another one.
Community is coming together as continues.
All right, we can play that.
Who went missing in Truckee a week ago. As search parties continue to look for Kylie Rodney, a concert was held thanking volunteers for their efforts and asking them to remain hopeful. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Kristen Samos. Last Friday night, Kylie Rodney attended a party at a campground in Truckee and hasn't been seen since. Here's a picture of the team. Sheriff's investigators say today more than 200 volunteers helped look for her. Several dive teams searched Prosser Lake. They tell us the last ping on her phone was near that lake. The search efforts will continue tomorrow. KCRA 3's Michelle Bander is at the command center in Truckee. Michelle, what are people saying today?
Kristen, the word we keep hearing today is hope. Hope that they find Kylie Rodney soon. And here at the command center, this is where law enforcement, family, searchers have been gathering this past week, focusing on where they should search for Kylie. And today, though, their focus was somewhere else, in a different setting. They wanted to focus on Kylie's love of music.
Touching for Kylie is about hope. It is about community. It is about keeping our spirits high.
The community of Truckee needs this day in the park after 7 days of no sign of 16-year-old Kylie Rodney.
They say a song is twice as loud as a prayer.
A day of love, music, and hope for the girl who fills her life with music.
It's not just people coming together to have a party. It's because we are connected to her musically, and we're playing her songs, and we are playing things that...
There's a lot of people that looks like they showed up to this event, and when these things happen, they literally put these things together within a few hours, and it's beautiful to see how a community actually comes together for one of its family members.
We hope she can hear, so she knows that we're going to find her soon.
When people think of Kylie, they see her playing the guitar with her grandfather or one of the other instruments she's mastered.
She was always singing in the car, singing all the time, singing everything. I know she liked to play the guitar a lot. She knew a lot of instruments.
Okay, that's Madeline, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Madge or whatever, Mad.
I think it's Magdalene, but they
No,
call her.
that was Madeline. So I don't know. Maybe it could be the same person.
I think they just shortened it down.
Jenny Charles was Kylie's first music teacher when she was only 2.
She was the youngest student I took on because of her determination and just the light and how much she enjoyed playing music.
As law enforcement focuses on the 1,000 tips they received and searchers combing the area, a day of music gives everyone hope they'll see Kylie again.
We feel like hopefully this will just help draw her here, know at least from wherever she is that we're here and we're helping her look for her, and that our community is all here.
Don't forget, like the words of Kylie's father says, she's your girl too. She is your girl, born and raised. Kylie Rodney.
And law enforcement says they just need that one solid tip that will lead them to Kylie or her car. Searchers will regroup in the morning to figure out if they should scale down the operation or where they should start searching next. Now, remember, there is a $50,000 reward out for anyone who can help lead law enforcement to Kylie or her car. Reporting live in Truckee, Michelle Bandur, KCRA 3 News.
Wow. It's amazing. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Thank you. Oh, I missed a super chat.
Nadine said it was a strategic move to hold this event.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate you as always.
Lorlo.
Thank you, my
At
love.
Molly Politely, did you know that Sammy has been assigned by detectives to take on her role and now has a personal assistant? And they have assigned her and a PR liaison to deal with her media.
She's the one crying in the interview. Okay, thank you, Julia. Yeah.
No, I definitely did not know that.
Thank you, Tara. Appreciate it. I mean, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
Always. Every individual acts differently.
Yeah.
With everything, grief, loss, fear, anger, everyone acts differently, and there's no you just don't know.
But the thing is Justin, and you know this, we can say that as like a blanket statement. Everybody responds different. But with you working in the work that you did with the funeral home and me being, a very emotional empath, we find it, I guess humans find it very strange when they don't see people react to something that is filled with very much sorrow and loss.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes...
Well, that's generally how it means something to someone.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Becca, my love. Thank you. So many scenarios. I truly feel that she left was too intoxicated and ended up in water or down a deep drop off. Cars can hide in as little as 8 feet of water, praying she's found. Yes.
I thought the same thing in the beginning.
There was this case, it was like from the 50s or something, 50s or 60s. This woman was going home. They found her in this little canal or something like that. She was there for like 60 freaking years in the water in her car. Just drove off the road. And something like if she's not alive, and she's not being hidden somewhere, that would be the best case scenario, because that's just a random, at least nobody done something to her. So let's pray she is alive and she is okay. But if that is not,
I don't know. I don't
something
know what to think.
feasible.
I don't know what to think.
Yeah, today's a week, so we're just going to have to wait and see. So we're at 2 hours and 31 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you. Doug, live from Northport, is going live tonight. So that will be awesome. I know he will. Have you ever heard of Rock a Lot? I have not. No.
I think that's the person that's trying to say that Letitia wants to.
Let's not even mention. Let's not give him a plug.
We don't listen. You guys are all listening to bullshits. Please, we've had enough. There's more important things going on in the world than drama and this girl getting butthurt because the family doesn't want to talk to her. I'm sorry, but me and Justin are on to bigger and better things. I mean, how could I say it more boldly? We're moving on to bigger, more important things.
There's victims out there that have real issues, and my issue is not whether someone is typing about us on a platform or saying stuff about us on a platform.
Thank you for letting us know. But thank you for letting us know. Letitia said she checked it out and said that Casey Anthony's in there typing away.
Perfect.
What does that tell
Glad
you?
for her. Glad for her.
So
Keep
you want to know
typing.
something? Just leave these people alone. My Lord. It's getting
Okay.
old.
Thank you, guys. God bless
Are you gonna call me tonight?
and every one of you. What?
You gonna call me tonight?
Am I gonna what?
You gonna call me tonight?
Yeah, why?
All right.
Is everything okay?
Everything's okay. I just want to make sure that let me know when you want to go on to this other story. I am like this.
I need to check and see if I reached out to the mother.
I'm still digging and reading. I'm not letting my presence be known with it. I'm not letting them know who I am. I'm just reading as much as I possibly can. And I'm trying to figure out a way how we can help. But for that to go without any press or any outrage for this long, months? Oh, no. No. You don't get an easy way out.
That's right.
So yeah, me and him will talk about how we're gonna bring this because it's a little shocking and it's a little messed up. And I'm gonna say a little messed up. It is a lot.
Messed up. Yes, Adventures with Purpose said if she's not found by the end of the month, they will come look. That is true, which
That's
is
great.
One of the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. So thank you all. Thank you again, Sue Grammy, Susu. I appreciate you, Becca, everyone.
And everyone that gave a super chat and gave their time.
Yes, special
Please
thanks
give some
to
prayers.
Ryan Upchurch, who was in here. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the work that you do as well. God bless each and every one of you. Have a good night. And hopefully tomorrow we will have more answers for Kylie.